Hello everyone. In this video we are going to talk about a very powerful concept and tool in our Linux command line, which is the wildcards. So a wildcard is simply a symbol that represents one or more characters. And one of the most famous wildcards out there is the asterisk or the star. And this symbol represents or matches any characters, any number of characters or any characters, right? And the other famous one is the question mark, which represents or matches a single character. So right now you might be lost and you might be asking yourself, what are you talking about? Don't worry, I will show you what I'm talking about right now. So right now I am on my desktop, as you can see, and I have many files, and I also have a directory dir1 here, and this directory is initially empty. Okay, so so far we learned how to copy files into directories, right? But if I told you now, what if I ask you to copy all these files here to directory 1, all these files that I have here to directory 1? Okay, you would say, okay, this will take me a long time. I have to specify all file names, so I'll begin with 1G, 2G, 3G, cats, dogs, even all the way until you reach this guy here, 1G1, and then you specify your destination directory. And you're right, you can do it this way. But have you noticed one thing? It will take you forever to include all these file names without any error and then copy them to directory 1. Instead, we can use the asterisk. So if I said cp star directory 1, this will simply copy everything that I have here to directory 1. So let's execute this command here, and let's open directory 1. As you can see, every file on my desktop was copied to my directory 1. So it's magic, right? So the star represents or matches any characters, any number of characters, or any category of characters, right? And if I go to my directory 1 now and I want to remove all my files, I just have to say rm star. So rm star will remove all the files that I have here. As you can see, very efficient. Okay, so let's go back to my directory 1 or my desktop. So right now, as you can see, I have file1.txt, file2.txt, file3.txt. So what if I want to copy all these 3 files here? I can say cp file star directory 1. So if I want to copy file1.txt, file2.txt, file3.txt to my directory 1, all I want to say is just cp file star directory 1. You know why? Because here I'm saying I want to copy all the files that begins with the name file or with the characters file, and I do not care about what follows file. So if I execute this command and go to my directory 1, as you can see, I am done. Awesome. And now I'm go to directory 1 and remove everything that I have. Okay, now it's clean again. Awesome. So as you can see, now you have an idea of how the asterisk wildcard works. And actually, for example, let's see here. If you want to copy all the files that ends with the .txt, so here I have .txt, .txt, and .txt. So I would say cp star, I don't care what is the name of the file, but all I care about is that it ends with .txt, and copy it to my directory 1. So if I go open my directory 1, I will see file1.txt, file2.txt, and file3.txt. So as you can see, the wildcard asterisk is very, very powerful. And actually, you can say copy all the files. So right now, let's go to my directory one again and delete everything that I have. Clear my screen. Okay. So right now I don't have anything on my directory one. So let's move forward. Let's say, for example, that you want to copy all the files that begins with the letter the lowercase letter G. So here you have G1, G2, and G3. So all you need to say is just cp G star and then directory 1, and this will copy all the files that begins with the letter G. Oh, actually, sorry, I have to go to my desktop first, and then I can do this. So G star directory 1, and this will work. As you can see, I have G1, G2, and G3 here. Awesome. And now I go to my directory 1, remove everything, and go back. Cool. And let's do one more example of the asterisk here. So let's say that you want to copy all the files that begins with the lowercase letter n. And you don't care how long the file name is, but you want to make sure that it ends with an E. So what do I mean here? So here, this will copy all the files that begins with the lowercase letter n and ends with the lowercase letter e. So can you see any here? Yeah, I can see number, but the number 4 here, it ends with the letter R. So I will not include it. This one will be included, number 1, because it begins with N and ends with an E. And this one will also be included because it begins with an N and also it ends with an E. So if I execute this command, I'm expecting 2 files to be there, which is number 1 and number 3. Let's see. As you can see, number 1 and number 3. Awesome. So that's about the asterisk wildcard. Right now we move our attention to the second wildcard, which is the question mark. So the question mark is different and is very useful when you have like a certain number of characters in mind. So what do I mean by this? Let's say, for example, that you say, I want to copy all the files that begins with the uppercase or okay, let's see, let's think of an example here. Yeah, I want to copy all the files that begins with the name file, and I don't care what is the next character here, but I want it to be text.txt directory 1. So what I'm saying here, as we know that question mark represents a single character, so unlike the star or the asterisk, which represents any character, the question mark represents a single character. So here what I'm saying is that I want to copy all the files that have file that begins with the name file, but I do not care what the other character that follows here, and then .txt. So as you know, this will include file1.txt, file2.txt, file3.txt. But before I do this, I want to go to my directory 1 and remove everything. And actually, I want to include another file here, which is called file52.txt. I will tell you why I include this file now. So if I said cp file.txt, okay, can you expect what this command will execute? Okay, I will tell you right now. We will show. So if you go to directory 1, we can only see 3 files, which is file1, file2, and file3. So you might be wondering why it did not include file52, for example, .txt. Because it's different. The question mark is different compared to the asterisk, because here I only included one character here, which is a question mark. So this question mark can be can represent only one character, which is here 2, 3, or 1. But here I have two characters, 52. So in order to represent these two characters, I have to say file **.txt directory 1. And this will copy file 52.txt, as you can see here. So it is quite different. The question mark is is different compared to the asterisk. So let's do this one more time to make sure we understand the difference. So I'll delete everything that I have in my directory 1. And so if you set file **.txt, this will include all the guys, file 1, file 2, file 3, and file 52. Because star here, there is no restriction on the number of characters here. So here it will take all the 4 files, as you can see. However, if I delete all the guys here, and then I put a question mark instead of an asterisk, it will only take the guys file 1, file 2, file 3, because a question mark can only matches or represent a single character. Okay, I hope you guys understand now the difference between a question mark and an asterisk. Okay, let's do more examples of the question mark. So let's say I want to copy all the files that begins with an uppercase P, and okay, let's say that we want to copy all the files that begins with the with number and followed by 3 characters. Okay, so what do you think this command will execute? So if you look here, we have 4 files that begins with number 4, number 1, number 3, number 2. However, here I said that I'm only interested with in those files that are that begins with number and are followed by exactly 3 characters. So number 4 will not be included because 4 here has 4 characters. 1 will be included because only 1 has 3 characters. 3 will not be included because 3 has 5 characters, but 2 will be included because 2 has 3 characters. So in summary, number 1 and number 2 are the ones that should be included. Okay? So if now I execute this command and I open my directory 1, I'm expected to see 2 files, exactly number 1 and number 2. Awesome. So as you can see, the question mark here represents a single character, and it is very useful when you have like a certain number of characters in mind, right? Unlike the asterisk. So if you actually delete this one here and you did the exact same thing but with a star, so what this command will execute is simply all the files number 4, number 1, number 3, number 2, because a star here represents anything. So here I'm saying copy all the files that begins with number followed by anything. As you can see, 4, 2, 1, 3, 2. Awesome. Okay, let's delete this one here. And let's do one more example before we end this video. Okay, actually we can combine the star and the question mark. So how can we do this? This is very simple. So I would say copy all the file that begins with F followed by, actually no, file followed by a number, and I don't care. No, this will not work. Let's think of another example. Let's think of an example that can combine the question mark and the asterisk. Okay, so this one should be not that hard. Okay, I'll say copy all the files that begins with the letter F followed by one, okay, followed by a thing, a character that I'm not interested in, and then L, and then anything that until .txt, and copy this to my directory one. So this is kind of messy here. What I'm saying is basically copy all the files that begins with the letter F followed by a letter that I'm not interested in, and then followed by L and any other character until .txt. So this will simply copy file 1, file 2, file 3, and file 52, because all of these guys begins with an F followed by a character which is an I, and then all of these guys also end with .txt. So if I execute this command, I will have 4 files here: file 1, file 2, file 3, file 52. So I did this command because I just wanted you to know that you can combine wildcards, the question mark and the asterisk. So there are other wildcards that we did not discuss in this video, but we will discuss in the next video. So right now just practice with these two guys here, the asterisk and the question mark. Okay, ciao.